I've spent $30,954 worth of Frost Stars on Whiteout Survival in 156 days. Yesterday I drilled into the President options and menus. Today I'm going to get into the transfers, and we have Alliance Mobilization and a couple little miscellaneous things. Before I get into that, let me just show you something quickly. I don't know how long this deal's going to last. It's probably going to end at the reset, I think. I don't know. Hopefully it'll go even another week. But see this little 5% bouncing above my head? That means the official store has 5% special going on right now. And if you check the description of this video, you can use my link. It's an affiliate link. It'll give me some Frost Stars as well. And then you'll kind of share the love with me. It's a way you can support the channel, support me, and get yourself an extra 5% worth of in-game money as well. I only ever use Frost Stars because to me, that's the only way to get them in a trusted way that I know that it's not going to cause any problems with my account and stuff. There's a lot of sketchy stuff out there. I would stay away from them. I only use the official shop. And now I have an affiliate link. You just check the description. You can use that and I'll get some Frost Stars also. So do check that out. But before we get into the rest of this, let's take a look at what's going on with the calendar. So if we take a look at the calendar, we do have a Frosty Fortune coming up. So that'll be nice. We have fishing event coming up again. And I'm getting to the point where I don't think I need all that much more for fishing. So I'm going to have to take a look at what is left and make a decision if I want to spend much on fishing at all, because really, I don't really need much from it. We do have the Tundra Trading Station to get into tonight. Of course, transfers we're going to get into. Alliance Mobilization. By the way, thank you for all my fans who point out these things. I'm still learning, and this is the thing. I will call out my own mistakes when I make mistakes so that you can learn along with me if you're one of the people who follow me because you kind of want to learn about my spending patterns and efficiency. I really should not have spent almost anything yesterday. I should have done like minimal spend yesterday, because we have Alliance Mobilization this week. I didn't check the calendar as diligently as I should have, and had I done that, like I could have had $100 worth of Alliance Mobilization stuff ready to go for today, and instead I don't. So, and then we got Armory Competition, we got Foundry Battle, and some other things coming up. So that's basically what we have going on the calendar. And we do have Canyon Clash. I don't know what Canyon Clash isn't on the calendar. Oh, there it is. I missed it. That's why. So we have that coming up as well. Before I get into any of the spending or the event play tonight, I just want to talk about state transfer. I want to do another deep dive into it again because I missed some things that I think I'll be able to show you more clearly tonight. And I've had a lot of people in the game, both in my alliances, other alliances in the state, and other states reaching out to me. So I want to show you some details here. But before I do that, let me just say, if you have any questions about 3794, please reach out to me. I did put a Discord post in the state transfer in the official WOS channel, recruiting for OMG, but more generally in the state. Like we have a top 5 alliances. We all have different qualities about us. If you want to know where you might fit in, we're trying to build up this state. We want to try to be a little bit more competitive for state versus state. We've got a lot of great things going on in the state. We have like a couple whales now, and we're getting more organized over time. So if this is something you want to be part of, please reach out to me and ask me for a recommendation, or of course, if you want to join our alliance. I mean, we are getting a little full, but we might be able to find room for you there. But we have 5 top alliances that are doing very well, and they all have different unique aspects about them that make them great. So again, please reach out to me in the game. I'm easy to find. Just go to any one of my videos, look at where I am on the world map. Look, I'll even show you right here. Let's just go to the world map quickly. There's my coordinates, essentially, right here. Those are my coordinates. All you gotta do, see that X 768, Y 438. Easiest way to just type that in the map, then click on my face, go here and send me a message, Go to the profile, send me a message. Easy peasy. So super easy to find. But if you wanted to reach out, maybe you want to reach out to another female. You might want to reach out to Lady. And, I put this all in the Discord, but, just look over here. Lady's right here, Danger Ghost is in the other time zone, so he's over here. So I just put a bunch of contacts in there in case you wanted to kind of get a feel for our alliance or for the state. Any one of us would be happy to answer either of those questions. So do take that into consideration. If you're ever considering about wanting to play in my state and you want to help us here, we do want to see people coming in at like at least 120 mil. Really, we want to see people closer to the cap at 130 mil, but we will consider other circumstances. And definitely, if you're a whale who's in the more like the 200 mil range, we want to be a little careful we don't blow out our range and then have a situation that we can't manage if somebody turns out to be a bad selection. But we'll talk. Any special limitations require our top 5 alliance leaders to have a discussion about it. That's kind of the agreement we made. We're giving 7 invitations to each one of those top of alliances. So we're trying to do it as fairly as we can. If they don't use it all, then maybe one of the other ones can pick up an invitation. We don't even know if we're going to get that many requests this time around. So we'll see how that all goes. But, please reach out if you have any questions or you have any interest in joining the state. Let me get back into the state transfer, though. If we take a look at this, I did dig into state power before and showed you that. I did show you the state, and then I showed you some of this stuff, like, you can see here that I'm the state transfer manager, right? There's some stuff that's in, and then you can see my transfer costs, which are ridiculous. And then if you read the phases, you can see how this is supposed to work. There's stuff in here that's a little bit ambiguous, and I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to work. So for example, the 3 special invites. I found a way to see that quite plainly. If you go to the state list and you check out your own state, if you just click on your own state in the state list, actually everything is right here. You can see that I'm the transfer manager, and you can see all the details. Here's the transfer cap, because we're an ordinary state or a standard state. You can see our transfer cap. You can see how many invites we're going to have, and you can see how many special invites we're going to have. It's all laid out right here, and it explains it all over again. So, that's what we got going on, and you can see it all plain as day right here. There's no reason to guess anymore. The other thing that I think tripped up some people, myself included, is if you look at the very bottom of this state list, you can see it for yourself as well. You can see it right here: current state status, ordinary state, and your state power cap you can see right here as well. So there's and then you can see how long. Some people are saying, oh, it doesn't say how long the first phase ends. It does. It's just kind of sneaky text right underneath this phase. I mean, if you look at, once you know it's there, you can't unsee it. But you can, if you didn't see it the first time like I didn't, if you just scan this page and don't notice it, it's easy to miss. So that's all the things that people have been asking about. This is how long the stages are. And I think actually if you read the details, it does tell you some of the stages, but I think maybe the first stage, it doesn't tell you the duration. So that's all we got going on for state transfer. But again, please feel free to reach out to me. I know sometimes, you might think, oh, the YouTuber hard to get in touch with. That is true. I get a lot of in-game mail. It's hard for me to respond. But if you're from my state range and you're interested in coming to my state at all, not just my alliance, coming to my state at all, please reach out to me or anyone in the state. We'd be glad to kind of, talk you through discussions, see where you might fit, and see if we can get you in. We'll see if we can get you an invitation from one of the top 5 alliances. So with that said, let's go to the Alliance Mobilization. Let's take a look at that, because this is where essentially when Alliance Mobilization is going around, I need to bounce around a little bit because it's going to dictate everything. We do have 2 things going on. We have Alliance Mobilization and we have Armament Competition. I'm not going to worry about this too much because the way I'm going to get points on the board for this, I think I'm just going to do Books of Knowledge. I don't want to do sigils outside of SVS because that's a lot of points. Books of Knowledge, it's points, but not, great points. All the other stuff here, I have no business doing except for maybe speed ups for expert skills. So those are the 2 things I'll look at: speed ups for expert skills and the Books of Knowledge. And I think I'll be able to get that and get the points on the board, no problem. So that's all we got going on there. Let me just double scan that. Yeah, that's all we got going on there. So for Alliance Mobilizations, let's take a look. First thing I'm always going to do is grab this booster pack. I like this booster pack. I think it's actually a pretty good value, and all the things considered that you get in this. So I always buy these booster packs every day. It also allows me to, these little special refresh vouchers, so you can refresh it, one of the things. So I'm going to go for the 200%, and I'm going to grab the top off pack for this, which is basically $100 worth of spend. So now let's go figure out what I'm going to spend $100 on. So that's the top off pack. And we'll go into, I think is it the deal section? No, it's going to be the standard section. So we have mix and match. So I'm going to go straight to the $100. So here's the thing. I'm stocking up on fire crystals. And this isn't the best deal in the game, but if you're, it is pretty good. This is actually approaching 10 fire crystals per dollar now. So the value of this is getting better and better over time. And for those of you who said, why don't you just wait till later and buy them when the value just gets better and better and better? The problem is, if I wait later, this is a limited resource. If I'm not acquiring them in bulk right now, then when I need them later, I won't be able to get them in a high enough quantity fast enough, basically. That's my fears. Like, you can't accumulate 30,000 fire crystals overnight. Like, I can't do that in a week or a month. Probably not even in a month, honestly. So you have to kind of be putting in for them early on and taking the best deals you get. And that's what this is all about right now. So plus we got Alliance Mobilization going on. So that's what I'm going to do. I grab that. And let me clear that out. All right, now I'll take, I think I'll take another one for the 120%. And then this time I will do it a different way. Yeah, I'll go do a different way. I'm going to do the mix and match, but we're going to do it a different way. So just grab these. All right. And then grab the $10 pack. All right, 10,000 more. And grab this. And now I'm going to grab the daily deals. Didn't get lucky on that tonight. Let me clear these claims while I'm over here in this section of the board. You know what? While I'm in here, I'm going to grab the weekly card again. And I need another 2,500. You know what? I'll grab the weekly card again, just so I have those in the bank. And then we'll clear that Alliance Mobilization task. Now, the other things that are in this section, I do have more time on the pets and, you know, mix and match. I'm sorry, more time on the pets, and there will be other things that come up later. So I'm going to just leave that where it is. Forgot to clear that. Yeah, so I'm going to just leave that where it is, the pet chest, because we have 6 more days on that. And then the mix and match is now bought out, essentially. So, and we will have fishing to spend on if I choose to do that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the deal section. So the other thing I'm going to be doing is Hall of Heroes tonight, and yeah, I could have done that for the $5 too. I could have done that for the 100, but I don't think that value doesn't make sense to me as much. So let's see. I don't really want to go crazy with another $100 worth of spend, but well, we do have another $100 worth of spend here on the board. Well, these are sometimes hard to get organically like this, so we do have the $100 top off on the board. Man, I didn't really want to do this tonight, but let me grab that one, and we'll clear that out as well. So, because they're hard, it's kind of hard to get. You could be waiting forever for those events. So let's see if we come back in here. I could, you know what? I think it may actually make sense for me. Because the one thing I do need is more widgets for the... I need more widgets. All right, well, yeah, I'm going to buy it for... This is essentially I'm buying it for the widgets. And then we will... All right, now I did a little calculation, and it turns out that that's 92 is exactly what I need to get all my widgets for Gen 1 complete, and that'll be a nice score for SVS prep. So now I have exactly what I need for my Gen 1 widgets. I don't need to worry about Gen 1 widgets anymore. So that's a nice situation right there. Now Gen 2 widgets I need a bunch of as well, so I'll get as much as I can of these, and then I'll be in a better place for Gen 2 as well. I think I need a total of 225 for Gen 2, so that kind of puts some in the tank against that as well. That's all I'll do there for now. And we'll clear out this task. There we go. Let's see if we got any more. We do have a gems. That's only 30,000, but sometimes they're hard to find organically. You know what? I'll take this tiny little 2,500 pop-up pack, because I think I'm about done spending for the night. So I'll save the rest for the rest of the week. Come back in here, and I'll grab this for $5, and then grab some more of these Gen 2. That puts me at 114. All right, so that's all I'm going to do there. Now, if some of you are thinking, oh, well, you could have got them from the Tundra Trading Station as well. Yes, I can, but look at the limit. It's not that many you can get here. So you can get them here. You can get them in the other shop over here, the mystery shop, but it takes forever. You have to kind of keep on doing it. So that's what I'll do, is I'll keep on grinding these away, like this one right here. Don't often see the discounts on the Gen 2 widgets, so I grab them at 2,000 whenever I can. Oh, we got a free one that I can't use. Might as well grab it because it's free. And that's what I'll continue to do. Just try to get the Season 2, Gen 2 widgets from there. So let's go clear out that task. All right. Now, I think what we're down to now is gem spending. So let's take care of the 50,000 gems first. And can I... Yeah, all right. I'll have to do... Yeah, I did this one, so I'll have to clear it out first. So basically, you just go to the standard shop. And we're going to buy 100 of these. Clear that. And we'll do this a couple times. Grab some more. All right. And then I will grab, you can only do that so many times a day anyways. So then I'll grab the deal down here. It's only 30,000, but at least I can snatch that up. It's hard to kind of wait. If you wait forever, I noticed it's like you might not get what you're really trying to get anyways. And then you let some of the small ones pass. So take what I can get as long as it's good. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. What I want to do is $30,000 worth, or 30,000 gems worth. All right, and we'll clear that task out, and then I'll just continue to do that. Well, we do have some. It's a shame I can't do troops right now because I don't really need to do those, but saving that for prep. So that's what I'll do is I'll just keep on waiting. I'll wait for the rest of these and hope that I can get some more gem spending ones because I'm done with the top off for now. And let's see. Let's just clear this out and see where points look. Okay, looking pretty good. Let's see how we're looking here. Oh man, we're in a higher league now. We must be going against some big spending states because normally we're doing okay, but we're not doing okay in this rank. So we'll see how we do. We'll see how we do. Got an uphill battle there. And before I forget, there is actually one more thing that I would like to do tonight. I'd like to trigger another Essence Stone pop-up pack because it is Alliance Mobilization. The only thing is I'm gonna have to wait until I get the better top-off pack to be able to use it. So if push comes to shove, I may have to wait until, you know, to actually spend it until after the reset where I can do a refresh, but hopefully I'll be able to find one of the top-up packs between now and tomorrow. I'll just keep on watching for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into, because it is Hero Day for the Labyrinth, so that's the reason I want to do this. So we've got, I want to get some of the Lancer gear up a little bit more. So I'll take this one and Master Forge it up one level. And then get the Hero Gear Mastery Pack, but I can't spend it on the Alliance Mobilization yet until I get the task to do that. So I'm going to hold off on that, but now I've got that pushed. And is there anything more I can do? Yeah, I can't do anything more. I got the gear up to 33 over here. So that's about as far as I can go there. And I got the other gear up to 39 previously. So I think I did push the heroes a little bit. Let's see how Labyrinth works tonight. Here's the thing. A lot of you gave me this special exotic formation. If you haven't seen it, Tone did a recent update on some of his videos explaining that you can't use some of these 60-40 exotic things on the lower gens. And that we're still in like Gen 3. So I can't use, that's probably why those special formations aren't working. But what I can do is I can take Mia out of this at least and put in another Lancer here. And so I'm going to run with like a more standard something like this here, just because I am built a little bit more for infantry. And then here I'll use Mia and I'll do something more like 45, 10, 45. See how that works. And then in the last one, I will do a more standard 50, 20, 30 formation. And I don't know, man. I haven't had luck with this all the time. So Labyrinth seems there's definitely an element of luck with it, but let's see how this ends up working out. Man, this did not look good. Come on. Oh, God. That had to be bad luck, right? Let's take a look. Seems like it had to be bad luck. Look at that. Look at how many times they triggered this. So the only other thing I can try is what I had been doing before. I'm going to just try to adjust the troops again. And I'm going to come back to something a little bit more standard, I think. And put my primary march here with this what seemed to be working for me before. And then we'll do a I guess we'll just do a standard march here as well. I mean, I guess you can play with different things, but like at the end of the day, there is a random aspect to it. All right, that worked a little better. Oh, come on, man. I'll adjust this a little bit too. Man, no luck. No luck on these. So the other thing some folks say is you can play like, and let's look at the battle report. So we look at the battle report. It's not as simple as well as just looking at where the red line is, but you really do have to look ultimately and see, you know, where you got lucky and where you didn't. Sometimes that is the big difference. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong. But like I said, there's been a bunch of testing on this, and when I tried to do the 60-40 thing, it just didn't work. It just didn't work at all. So I guess I'll try 60-10-30 here. See if that makes a difference at all. And see how that works. No, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, so that's all I got. That's all I got. And as you can see, other people are, you know, going past me now. But you know, is what it is. There's a bunch I'm waiting on, but the hero gear is kind of where it is. I mean, there is some stuff I'm waiting to do with Mithril and stuff, so maybe that's gonna matter a little bit. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just stuck at an upper limit for that level where my Mithril, where my empowerment is for the moment. So it's like not going to be able to go too much farther past that. Let's take a look at the experts now, and then we'll see where the hero gear sits after SBS prep. Let's see. Let's clear this out. Go to the experts. All right, and
fires of war may fade. The glory of courage burns eternal.
Let's see if I upgrade this. And is that enough? Let's go see. I didn't pay attention that closely. For the clear armament competition? No, not quite. Not nearly.
The fires of war may fade. The glory of courage burns
All right.
eternal.
And then I will speed this up. All right, and I'll just get this going again. Let's see where we are for armament competition. Okay, so we just barely cleared armament competition. And that's good. That's good enough points for now. So I just got another one in the tank for Romulus. And we'll let that go on. I probably shouldn't have pressed... Actually, maybe I went a little too fast. I probably shouldn't have done this guy to 6. But this is an easy one to level up. So you really got to get these up to like a total of, 30 for all of these. But this is the least costly. So if my goal is to get the rally capacity up, then this is the cheapest way to get that up, is to get this, up to 10. Instead of getting one of these guys up to 10, which is quite costly. So you can go higher with these. So maybe getting this guy up to 10 is the right move after all, because that's the cheapest way to get a bunch of those points in the tank to get up to this level 30. All right, so that's all I'm going to do for experts. The last thing I'm going to kind of take a look at tonight is VIP, and then I think we're done. So we'll just take a look at VIP, see how we're looking, get these in the tank. All right, and let's see how many spins it takes to get a Frost Star Globe, or not Frost Star Globe, but Frost Sphere Globe. Let's see, here we go. 10, no, clicked the wrong thing. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. All right, I got it on 80 again. Not too bad. I'll take that. There we go. As you notice, my VIP points are diminished. They're deplenished. They're going away rapidly. I'll grab the custom mythic gear chest as well, and then we're out of here. That's all I have for tonight. I do hope you're enjoying coming along on this journey with me, seeing the spending, seeing the account growth and all that, and this discussions about like state politics and, efficient spending and things like that. If you want to continue to follow my journey and you want to try to help me out, if there's the best way you can help me out is check out that link in the description. You use that link to buy Frost Stars from the official shop, and then it'll get me some Frost Stars as well. The other way you can help me out is you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll know about it right away. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.